A Continuing Medical Education Guide for Medical Professionals. Chapter 1. A Continuing Medical Education, CME, Guide. HealthyKnowledge.org, free and low-cost continuing education for healthcare providers. Take courses to upgrade your skill level. Meditech.com for continuing medical education. Courses for medical professionals. Facebook.com/Meditech. Twitter.com/Meditech tweets. YouTube.com/C/Meditech online education. Major continuing medical education websites /major CME websites. There are online CME courses where you can earn credits that you can put on your resume, or you can attend classes physically at a college campus with some kind of a health professional or medical school. CMElist.com, online continuing medical education sites. CMElist.com/list.htm, online continuing medical education sites. CMEweb.com, continuing medical educational courses and medical education resources online. acme-association.org, the Alliance for CME. ACCME.org, Accreditation Council for Continuing Medical Education. SACME.org, the Society for Academic Continuing Medical Education. Continuing Medical Education websites. 1. Most medical and allied health schools offer continuing medical education, also called professional development training. CMEweb.com, the physician's one-stop resource for CME on the web. 4CEUinc.com, continuing education for medical laboratory personnel. AEIseminars.com, CME continuing medical, legal, dental education. AHCOnline.com, Advanced Health Education Center. AIMD.com, the American Institute of Medical Education, conferences. AKHealthcare.com, continuing medical education, CME courses for nurses, pharmacy experts, physicians and other healthcare professionals. AMA-association.org/AMA/pub/category/2797.html, AMA Continuing Medical Education. AMAINC.com, Continuing Medical Education Conferences. AMC.edu/academic/CME, Albany Medical College, Continuing Medical Education. AmericanSeminar.com. apgo.org/meetings/index.cfm, Continuing Medical Education Teleconference Series for OB/GYNs, primary care providers and healthcare professionals. audio-digest.org. bbronusa.com, bbron Medical Inc. Continuing Education, CE, program exploring best practices in the evolving field of pain management. bodyevolve.com/html/education01.html. brooksidepress.org. cbcbiomed.com, the Center for Biomedical Communication is a medical communications company dedicated to serving the scientific community by providing quality educational programming. ce.ucf.edu. cedars-sinai.edu/9148.html, Healthcare Professionals Education Programs. cervicalhealthonline.org, CME related to cervical health. ce-university.com. ce-university.com/psychlink, Psychiatric TV CME/CE program. ce-web.com/gindex.php, the nurse's one-stop resource for CE on the web. cfps.org.sg, College of Family Physicians of Singapore, the mission of the college, advance the art and science of medicine, organize postgraduate courses, teach family medicine to undergraduate and postgraduate students. chop.edu/hc_professionals/education.shtml, graduate medical education. clinicians.org, professional resources. cme.med.harvard.edu, Harvard Medical School's Department of Continuing Education. cme.med.umich.edu. cme.medicine.dal.ca, Continuing Medical Education. cme.musk.edu, Medical University of South Carolina. cme.nam.org, the New England Journal of Medicine. cme.ouhsc.edu, Continuing Medical Education, University of Oklahoma Health. cme.uc.edu, University of Cincinnati, Continuing Medical Education. cme.uchicago.edu. cme.ukla.edu. cme.ucsd.edu. cme.ucsf.edu. cme.ucsf.edu, Continuing Medical Education, University of California, San Francisco. cme.umn.edu, the University of Minnesota. Continuing Medical Education websites too. cme.uvm.edu, University of Vermont, Continuing Medical Education. cme.wisc.edu, Office of Continuing Professional Development in Medicine and Public Health, Continuing Medical Education. cmecategorion.com, Continuing Medical Education. cmecourses.com. cme-heartfailure.net, Clinical Management of Heart Failure, knowledge base containing detailed information about pathology, diagnosis, and treatment of chronic heart failure. cmeinfo.com. cme-archives.ama-association.org, JAMA and Archives, Continuing Medical Education. cmellc.com, delivers continuing medical education. cmeondemand.net. cmeonhiv.com, a site dedicated to giving you access to up-to-date information and presentations on HIV disease and its treatment. cmeweb.com. cmezone.com. cogenthealthcare.com/cme/cme.html, Continuing Medical Education for Antithrombotic Therapy, Blood Management, and Chest Pain. continuingviewcation.net/doctors.htm. continuingviewcationlinks.com, specializes in promoting national continuing education resources for healthcare professionals. discoveryhealthcme.discovery.com. emergingzoolutionsinpain.com, continuing education opportunities in the field of pain management. ems-ce.com, EMS continuing education. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/continuing_education. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/continuing_medical_education. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/medical_education. gcuz.com, Gulf Coast Ultrasound Institute, Florida. ghs.org/medical_education.aspx, Greenville Hospital System, Medical Education. health.utah.edu/health, Continuing Medical Education. healthsteering.com. hopkinscme.edu. hopkinscme.org. krpaccreditation.com, Cardiovascular Technology Resources, accreditation for vascular technology labs and echocardiographic labs requires thorough investigation. qce.org/cumc. laparoscopyhospital.com, Laparoscopy Hospital, Laparoscopic Training Center. learning.bmj.com. learnwell.org/rn, online continuing education for nurses and other professionals. lorman.com, Lorman Education Services, continuing education seminars. mayoclinic.org/medicalprofs, Mayo Resources for Medical Professionals. mch.com/medicalprofessionals/index.aspx, Physicians Resources, Miami Children's Hospital. md4sure.com, md4sure.com, Medical Mnemonics, a new generation of clinical mnemonics and study guides for USMLE, CSA exam preparation. med.emory.edu/cme, Atlanta, GA. med.miami.edu/med/education/cme. med.umich.edu/lrc/lrc homepage/lrchome.html, Learning Resource Center, website for teachers at medical school. med.umn.edu/cme, University of Minnesota Continuing Medical Education. med.unc.edu/cme, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. med.upenn.edu/cme, UPenn Continuing Medical Education. medconnect.com. med-ed-online.org. medexplorer.com. Continuing Medical Education Websites 3. medicine.creighton.edu/medschool/cme. medinfo.ufl.edu/cme. The University of Florida College of Medicine is accredited by the Accreditation Council for Continuing Medical Education to sponsor continuing medical education for physicians. medch.ucla.edu/cme. medschool.slu.edu/cme, Continuing Medical Education, St. Louis University School of Medicine. mmeniscus.com/cexpress/splash/fs/htm, Sexpress Continuing Education Series for Physicians. mgmc.org, Continuing Medical Education Committee. mountcarmelhealth.com/medical-professionals, Central Ohio. ncpahec.org, North Central Pennsylvania Area Health Education Center, help communities meet their primary healthcare needs by facilitating the recruitment, retention, education, and training of providers of primary healthcare services. ndei.org, National Diabetes Education Initiative is a multi-component educational program on type 2 diabetes, designed for endocrinologists, diabetologists, primary care physicians and other healthcare professionals. northshorelij.com/body.cfm. nurse.com/ce, Nurse Week Continuing Education. nursingcenter.com, CE Connection for Nurses, Continuing Education for Nurses, Index of Nursing Articles and Tests. nutritioncme.org, the George Washington University Medical Center. nwrei.org, Northwest Research and Education Institute, Clinical and Applied Research. oamss.org, Ohio Association Medical Staff Services. pain-education.com, Medical Pain Education provides pain management seminars and workshops for medical practitioners, physiotherapists, and their patients. pawjournal.com, your reference guide for continuing medical education. pedsref.org, Pediatric Continuing Medical Education. practicalep.com, Practical Electrophysiology. rnceus.com, Health Interactive, Continuing Education for Nurses and Other Health Professionals. seattlechildrens.org/health_care_professionals/education. som.missouri.edu/cme, the Sinclair School of Nursing at the University of Missouri-Columbia. surgery.org/professionals. tealfenning.co.uk, Teal Fenning Medical Education in Britain, Teal Fenning Medical Education specialise in helping you convert your knowledge and experience into points by focusing on your technique and approach to the RGOG exams. TotalCME.com, provides educational programming to healthcare professionals. uab.edu/cme. ucdmc.ucdavis.edu/cme, Center for Continuing Nursing and Medical Education. The center offers a variety of continuing medical education courses, traditional nursing courses, classroom lectures and workshops, self-study modules, community outreach classes and patient education programs. uchospitals.edu/professionals, for medical professionals, University of Chicago Medical Center. ucsfhealth.org/adult/health_professionals/ceducation.html. ucsfhealth.org/adult/health_professionals/ceducation.html, UCSF Medical Center, Health Professionals, Continuing Education. uic.edu/classes/dme/cme. unmcoc.org/about/education.htm. user.mc.net/tilde-med, Continuing Education for Perinatal Professionals. utcme.net, offices in Houston and Galveston. uthscsa.edu/a/TNT, Teleconference Network of Texas. The Teleconference Network of Texas is a nonprofit service providing low-cost, easily accessible, quality continuing education for healthcare professionals. utmb.edu, the University of Texas Medical Branch. vlh.com, CME at the Virtual Lecture Hall. wisdomnet.co.uk, Education and Training to Healthcare Professionals. Chapter 2. Continuing education websites at dmoz-odp.org/health/medicine/education. Continuing Medical Education Associations. AAOCME.org, American Academy of Continuing Medical Education. ACME is a worldwide accreditation body for continuing medical education. Promotes global excellence in public health, by defining, reviewing and publicizing CME standards related to CME structure, process, and outcome. ACCME.org, Accreditation Council for Continuing Medical Education, the main accreditation body for CME courses. Lists accredited providers and explains the accreditation process. ACPE.org, American College of Physician Executives, Educational Programs, Publications, and Career Development. Continuing Education School Websites. ABQORP.org, American Board of Quality Assurance and Utilization Review. Physicians Incorporated, providing education and certification for physicians, nurses and other healthcare professionals. CareInternet.com, CareInternet.com, offers online interactive continuing medical education for caregivers as well as clinical trial and research resources for laypersons. ClevelandClinicMed.com, Cleveland Clinic Center for Continuing Education, offering a wide variety of CME programs and events. FMES.net, Florida Medical Educational Services, offers online continuing education courses to medical professionals. Instant Grading. Informed-Scientist.org/Congress/the-4th-World-Controversies-in-Neurology-Coney, The Informed Scientist, free webcasts of Congress lectures on controversies in sexually transmitted diseases, cancer, and stem cells. Med-ed-online.org, Medical Education Online, peer-reviewed journal on all aspects of educating health professionals. A forum for disseminating information on educating physicians and other health professionals. NewMediaMedicine.com, New Media Medicine, e-learning tutorials, discussion, and resources for doctors, medical students and healthcare professionals. StressTrain.co.uk, Alice Muir Training, stress-related training for health and welfare professionals. Distance learning, in-house or off-site courses. United Kingdom. VLH.com, Virtual Lecture Hall, CME courses for physicians and allied health professionals. Take tests, get feedback, and receive certificates online. Continuing medical education with accreditation from major academic centers. warwick.ac.uk/fac/med/study/cpd/subject_index/diabetes, Warwick Diabetes Care, education courses, research, and resources for healthcare professionals working in diabetes. Groups for people with diabetes to input into the improvement of care provided by healthcare professionals. Online continuing medical education websites. amda.com/CME Direct, CME for long-term care physicians. AMDA CME Direct provides web-based continuing medical education for physicians practicing in the long-term care continuum. MedicalRounds.com, MedicalRounds.com, offers online continuing medical education for healthcare providers through streaming video of medical rounds. Online nursing, caring, and pharmaceutical courses websites. 3mlearning.com, 3M Learning, designed for healthcare and health information management professionals. Content addresses standardized training and continuing education for coders, physician billers, and other staff members including training in APCs. Fee-based. 4CEUinc.com, Continuing Education Unlimited Incorporated, offering continuing education for medical laboratory personnel. AIHCP.org, American Institute of Healthcare Professionals, Healthcare Education and Certification Programs for Healthcare Professionals and Paraprofessionals, including legal nurse consulting, hypnosis, grief counseling, stress management, meditation and spiritual. alfredstate.edu, Alfred State College, offers internet-based programs include health information technology, medical transcription, coding and reimbursement specialist and court/real-time reporting. CAIglobal.org/CAIstage, Cicatelli Associates Incorporated, offers a variety of continuing education courses in New York City office and online to healthcare professionals and the public. Includes course catalog and calendar, frequently asked questions and funding information. Care2Learn.com, Care2Learn, offers online continuing education courses for nurses, nurse practitioners, physical and occupational therapists and other healthcare professionals. CEcourses.org, the Clem's Institute, continuing education health and interpersonal skill courses for fun or professional development. CEUinstitute.bizhosting.com, Institute of Addiction Awareness, independent study courses for healthcare professionals. CEBINAR.com, CE Webinar, provides review courses aimed at preparing dental students for the National Board Dental Examinations Part 1 and 2, pre-dental students preparing for the Dental Admissions Test, DAT, and pre-medical students preparing for the Medical College Admissions Test, MCAT. ClinicalResearchTrainingOnline.com, Clinical Research Training Online Incorporated, online training program to become a clinical research associate for clinical trials. Includes course outline, requirements, fees and frequently asked questions. DLCS.com, Distance Learning Center for Addiction Studies, offers addiction studies and continuing education classes with online coursework and discussions. iTech.net, iTech, online JKO-approved continuing education courses. Practice tests for ophthalmic assistants and technicians. Fielding.edu/program/CE, Fielding Graduate University CE, online live/interactive and archive, home study, CE courses for psychologists, MFTs, social workers, and nurses in the mental health profession. GlacierMedical.com, Glacier Valley Medical Education, offers online and home study continuing education courses for a variety of healthcare professions. Includes background and list of courses. GPATtutor.com, GPATtutor.com, offers online classroom coaching and mock exams for GPAT. ICAxon.com, IC. Axon, e-learning solutions within healthcare for sales training, professional development, and patient education programs. Medsys.com, Medical Education Systems, provides home study courses for healthcare professionals. Includes list of courses, descriptions, and newsletter. MITIO.org, M.I.T.I.O. The Medical Interpreting and Translating Institute Online, an accredited online diploma program that is designed to provide the skills necessary to become a medical interpreter. Contains enrollment details, FAQ, and course contents. Northernspeac.com, Northern Speech Services, continuing education courses for speech pathologists, occupational therapists, physical therapists and other healthcare professionals. Includes online courses and directory of seminars. OnlineCareerAdvancement.com, Online Career Advancement, offers a medical coding certification program. OnlineCEUs.com, OnlineCEUs.com, a continuing education portal for speech pathologists, audiologists, occupational and physical therapists and other healthcare professionals. Live and recorded webinars for self-study. FAQ and testimonials. PROCEO.com, Continuing Education Online, information about self-study courses for licensed health professionals. Includes instructions, fees, and course preview. Skillstat.com, Skillstat, offers free access to interactive modules for healthcare professionals. ssbinc.com/medway, Medway Interactive Educational Services, offers online contact hours for nurses, respiratory therapists and other healthcare professionals. Includes list of courses and frequently asked questions. Training.seer.cancer.gov, SEER's training, contains web-based training modules for cancer data collectors. WarsChawLearningInstitute.com, the Warschaw Learning Institute, 1-month dental front office e-learning course with teacher instruction in English, Spanish, Korean, Chinese, Russian and Farsi. WildIrisMedicalEducation.com, Wild Iris Medical Education, offers short online courses for nurses, medical assistants and therapists. Includes course list, author information, and news.